The story of this exhaust begins in around 2013 or 2014. I actually used to be obsessed with a different brand of exhaust. They were called Kou Mahachai exhausts. I actually visited the factory when I used to live in Thailand and watched them be produced from start to finish. It was just a whole bunch of guys, not much safety equipment, and they were just welding to their heart's content and making stuff in kind of a shed. The problem with these kind of exhausts is a lot of them are actually illegal in Thailand. You're not allowed to modify your bike in Thailand legally, which I know goes against all the stuff you probably see online. Yes, people do modify them, but technically it's illegal. So factories that make these kind of exhausts are really careful and sometimes get shut down and get their whole stock confiscated and run over with a steamroller. And it's really sad to see. So being able to get one of these exhausts is a really, really big deal for me. Now, you'll notice the badge is missing. I've drilled that off. That will go back on, but I won't do that till later, once I'm completely finished and happy with the quality of the paint. Alright, well, welcome to another episode of Small Bike Stuff. This one is in the shed for once. I haven't been in the shed for quite a long time. Been out and about riding different bikes around the show, and that's been super fun. But I've got so much stuff to do in the shed as a result of that, and this is one of the big ones. This is my Noo Lamlukka, or Noo Lamlukka, Aftermarket Honda Wave 125i muffler. This thing is your typical aftermarket drag spec muffler that you'd see in Thailand. This thing was bought brand new about 1 year ago, so this is my year-on review. I had it on my bike every single day, daily commuting for a year. How did it last? How's it held up? It definitely looks a bit worse for wear. So first things first about this muffler is that it's got an awesome little label down here, and this does say Noo Lamlukka, use only in a race, down the bottom there, and made in Thailand. At the end, we have a wonderful tip that's been welded in there and just really completes the look of the pipe. And that's what I like about these the most, is that they do appear to look somewhat stock, but then that tip on the back there and the noise that comes out of them is just incredible. These giant things here that look somewhat ugly, they are the bolt holes for, or the mounts for, the exhaust or the muffler cover. The header pipe itself, it looks to be made of stainless. It's had a beating, an absolute beating. There is a Noo Lamlukka logo, which is TIG welded onto here, and you can see the welds in the pipe from the header. It's actually been welded at the top there on the header as well. This was all shiny when I got it. It was not this color, and it's just taken a beating. So you can see here on the front of the header pipe, it's been bashed in a few different places. It's quite hard to see the depth there, and it has been quite destroyed. Here is the worst damage on the whole pipe. What we have is rust starting to take hold. At the join, the rust has started to come in, so I'm going to tidy that up. Alright, let's get to cleaning this thing. I think I might actually take this tip up now because I'm going to start to scrape things and I don't want it to look worse. Alright, so we'll give the first little brush over this rust with the wire brush, and then we'll go down to some sandpaper and see how it all fares. So this is what it looks like with a bit of the wire brush and then the wire brush on a drill. I might strip it all the way back up and then see what happens. I don't mind. These are pretty cheap anyway. I think it cost me a couple of $100 for this exhaust, maybe a bit more. It's quite interesting. You can actually see the depth of the dents and stuff on the header pipe. This is from riding it off-road extensively for a long time. That's the result, but it's handled it well. Studs didn't snap. Header pipe stayed in shape. I'm pretty impressed. Time to sort out the black paint now. It's getting to the point where I'm going to have to accept that this needs to come off and then be riveted back on again. So I'm going to drill this off carefully, hopefully. There you go. And we'll put this aside and keep it because I want to put it back on later. And here we are. I don't know. Have I gone too far? No, not really. So I'm going to cover this all back up again, but this is just the beer muffler. And it is what it is. It's cool. The logo's gone. But we will get this painted. You can see how this is being created from just giant flat bit of steel. It's been cut and rounded. It's quite impressive. And I'm stoked I've got one. That took a while. But yes, we have a clean line now. Excuse all the tape residue. I'll get that all off. But let's go chuck this on the bike and get this thing cooked. Alright, well that's enough of that. Let's go ride this thing and see exactly how this paint reacts. Will it start steaming and getting really warm and kind of cooking itself on, or is it just going to do nothing and change its form and be a bit harder without any visual clues? I guess we'll see. One thing you'll notice is the heat shield is not on the muffler. It's on the other exhaust at the moment, but that's okay. We'll go test it without that and see how the paint reacts. And if the paint reacts okay, then you'll see this on my bike at the drag strip soon. Well, I'm pretty chuffed. This thing has not bubbled, it's not cracked, everything's all good, the paint looks awesome. So I'll chuck that logo on when I get a chance, but otherwise this video's done. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Small Bike Stuff.